December 13th is not just another winter day. For millions of fans across the United States and around the world, it marks the moment Taylor Swift turns a year older, and this year, that number is 36. But the real question isn't, how old is Taylor Swift? The real question is this: why does every one of her birthdays spark such curiosity, even when no official details have been revealed? In a culture where celebrities often share every private moment, Taylor Swift has chosen the opposite path. She has turned her birthday into something both familiar and mysterious. December, for Taylor, is not only the holiday season, it is a season of memories, of friendship, of music, and of celebrations wrapped in her own unmistakable Christmas spirit. But what truly happens behind the closed doors of those celebrations? For more than a decade, each milestone birthday has reflected a different chapter of Taylor Swift's life. At times, it was a romantic walk through European streets. At others, a lavish garden party in Australia. And sometimes it was simply a quiet recording studio in wintertime New York. The guests were not just famous friends, but people who stood beside her during the most defining moments of her career. And now, at 36, with no one knowing how she plans to celebrate, that very silence has made the story more compelling than ever. Do you think Taylor Swift is preparing a glamorous party or an intensely private moment? Share your thoughts, because what comes next helps us understand how she turned her birthday into a part of her identity. To understand why Taylor Swift's birthdays hold such a unique appeal, we need to look back at how she has moved through each age milestone, not as a celebrity chasing spectacle, but as a storyteller using her own life as material. In 2012, when Taylor turned 23, images of her walking through the streets of England with Harry Styles captured something far from luxury. It was youth, curiosity, and romance, perfectly fitting for an artist at the early stage of growing up. No stage lights, no red carpet, just a young couple and winter streets in Europe. 1 year later, at 24, the picture shifted. Melbourne, Australia, an elegant garden party, and the presence of Lorde. This was more than a birthday. It signaled Taylor Swift's entry into a global creative circle where friendship, artistry, and cultural influence began to intersect. Her birthday became a space of connection, where young voices shaping the future of pop music could meet. At 25, the guest list read like a power map of the entertainment industry: Karlie Kloss, Sam Smith, Beyoncé. But the significance wasn't the names, it was the message. Taylor didn't build these relationships to show them off. She cultivated a creative ecosystem rooted in mutual support. Her birthday felt like a large living room where like-minded people gathered, talked, and perhaps unknowingly sparked ideas that would influence music for years to come. Turning 26 brought a different tone. A Christmas-themed birthday celebration at her Malibu estate with Calvin Harris felt more mature, more stable, and reflective of a serious relationship. Malibu's winter sunlight framed an image of Taylor Swift searching for balance between a demanding career and personal life. This was when she began drawing clearer boundaries between public and private, boundaries that later became central to how she controls her image. But not every birthday needed a grand setting. At 30, after Jingle Ball in New York, Taylor chose a warm, intimate gathering with Jack Antonoff, Gigi Hadid, and Jonathan Van Ness. Outside, New York was cold. Inside, the room was warmed by friendship and understanding. Jack Antonoff was more than a friend. He was a key musical partner who helped define several eras of her sound. This birthday felt like a comma in a long sentence, a pause to reflect before turning the page. In the years that followed, the pattern became clearer, turning 33 in the studio with Jack Antonoff, turning 32 with the members of Haim, quiet dinners with close friends like Esteheim ahead of the official date. This was Taylor Swift choosing depth over numbers, meaning over noise. She didn't need a large party to feel celebrated, because the right people mattered more than the crowd. New York continued to serve as a familiar backdrop. At 34, she reunited with Blake Lively, Zoe Kravitz, and Sabrina Carpenter in a private setting, where conversations stayed out of headlines. At 35, the celebration became even more discreet, closely tied to her career and major behind-the-scenes decisions. It reflected a Taylor Swift at peak control of her music, her image, and the rhythm of her life. Taken together, Taylor Swift's birthdays are not isolated events, but a continuous narrative reflecting each stage of her growth, from romantic trips to A-list parties to quiet studio moments. They tell the story of an artist who knows who she is and what she wants, and that consistency is exactly why the public keeps waiting, especially now, at 36, when everything remains unspoken. Looking back at Taylor Swift's birthday journey, what stands out is not luxury or star-studded guest lists, but a clear philosophy of living. Each age milestone mirrors who she was at that moment. Youthful and curious in her early 20s, creatively expansive in the middle years, and increasingly selective as she stepped into maturity. For Taylor Swift, a birthday isn't just a day to be celebrated, it's a day to choose. At 36, with no photos, no posts, and no official announcements, the anticipation itself becomes part of the story. It reminds us that sometimes the greatest strength lies not in saying everything, but in knowing when to stay silent. Taylor Swift has spent years telling her story through music, through stages, and through carefully chosen moments. This year's birthday, however it unfolds, is simply another chapter in that book. And perhaps the most powerful message is this: in a world that constantly pressures us to be loud and visible, Taylor Swift shows the value of slowing down, protecting privacy, and honoring lasting connections. You don't need a room full of people to feel loved. Sometimes all you need are the right faces, the right space, and the right moment. If this story makes you reflect on how you mark your own milestones, share your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to keep exploring deeper analysis and emotional behind-the-scenes stories of today's cultural icons, don't forget to subscribe and leave the keyword Taylor36 so we know you watched until the very end.